Hey everyone, I'm sure you've seen what France is doing in Africa, and it's interesting. If you watch the political analysis of what's happening, France is basically snubbing all the English-speaking countries, and it's quite sad actually to see that it's France that's making all these waves and going in and doing all these things, because the values of the French are very much about slavery. Even here in Canada, Ontario's the hub. Ontario's where all the banks are, all the white-collar jobs, and they sponge off us. They get all the taxes and everything, it all benefits Quebec. Whenever they're doing building, it all benefits Alberta and Quebec. And so the English-speaking communities are paying the price for it because there's no job development here. In fact, Ontario lost over 16,000 jobs in June. So even with FIFA and all of that, we still lost jobs. So what the South African leadership is doing, let's see, I don't know, because I thought the BRICS nations had things sorted out. I thought they were going to form this bloc and move ahead with the bloc, but we'll see how it goes. Personally, I'm not impressed. And also with this thing about them sending Zimbabweans and Ghanaians and everybody back. Yeah, you know what, when we go there, we do good work, but I went through the same thing. I was working at Johannesburg Child Welfare, and they told me it's going to be very hard for us to renew your visa. And I said to them, okay, you know what, I'll move on. I do want to do other things. I want to try to go on a working holiday, and I want to visit family in America and Canada. So, I mean, it broke my heart to leave, but at the end of the day, they look after their own citizens. And that's what Canada should be doing, and they're not. Because I know personally, I know people who have come here and they've had all the benefits, all the dental, the medical, picking up to go to their appointments, medical appointments from home, dropping them off. They've had all that from day one. And people like me who have come here, we don't get all that. We don't get all that. I had to wait 24 years before I got any dental benefits through the government. It's not like England here where everybody gets the same. And even that, they didn't just give it to me. I didn't get a notice in the mail to say that, okay, you know what, we've rolled out this program and because you're earning under 70,000, you're going to get it. I had to call them, I had to find out, they didn't even return my call. I had to go on the website and apply for it independently, and then they sent me my card. And then even that, they don't renew it automatically. So I had to renew it this year. So that's why I'm saying what the South Africans are doing, Mnangagwa can say it's bad, but it's actually not bad. That's what the US also did. Okay, people who have legal jobs and all that, yes, they should be allowed to work. But when people are coming in illegally and people like me are sitting at home and we can't get jobs, there's something wrong. There's even a refugee family that came here to Blessed Sacrament, and I keep in touch with one of the ladies, Renata. And she told me, I don't know how come you're not getting the recommendations through the church and getting into a well-paid executive assistant job, because she said they do it for me. So this is the hypocrisy of Canada. Even with the Jesuits are putting all these things up about, oh, we must show love and compassion. Yeah, right. Because when I needed that extra year to stay at Trinity House, because we were dirt poor. Whatever the money the family scraped together, they scraped together just enough to help me to make up the balance to pay my fees. Other than that, I worked and studied. I paid for my own trips to go home to Kwekwe, to go home over the holidays. They didn't pay for any of that. So, I mean, Wits and the Jesuits and all of them can say one thing, but they do another thing. because they didn't give me that extra year to stay on at Trinity House, and I had nothing. I literally had nothing. I just got that job through a recommendation through Matthew Grossett, who used to teach me, because I did a very good job at Wits for him when I ran the labor relations clinic. So he put recommendations out for me, but they refused. The Jesuits said no. And Graham had said to me, well, you should ask them, because normally I do allow the students that I need to stay on. I allow 1 or 2 students after they graduate to stay on so that they can save some money and pay the standard fees, the student fees. And they said no. Even here at the church at Our Lady of Lourdes, when I went and I asked for food for me and my mom, they said no. So, I mean, you have to evaluate, like if I'm somebody that you know, and I'm in front of you and I need your help, and you say no to me, but you're telling all of us, oh, you must love everybody, you must be compassionate, you must help others, then what is the point of that? It's the same thing with the jobs with the Jesuits. I can't tell you the number of Jesuits I have reached out to trying to get work, trying to get help from the St. Vincent de Paul, all these places, and they know me. But their response is go on the website and apply. So you invite me in to become a spiritual director, you invite me in to take these courses and training and everything else, and then when it comes time to jobs, you tell me go on the website and apply. So how is that loving and how is that fair to me? Because you're not giving me that special consideration that you give to others. And my need is just as important as theirs. I also grew up without a dad. I grew up in a single parent home. And you tell me that companies should make exceptions for me and companies should help me. So why aren't you doing it? Because I can tell you whatever I do or whatever I tell for others, I'm going through it myself. I don't have a double standard. And even if the Zimbabwe government says, okay, now send all the Zimbabweans home, I'm happy to go. They must give me my house back with its crystal chandeliers and its beautiful wood floors and its open fireplace, and allow me to run a business and give me all the support, and then I'll go. Because it's not like my life here is any better than it was in Zimbabwe. You can't go through almost 15 years of unemployment and tell me that this is a better life. It's not. It's not. Because I've gone through worse things here than I went through in Zimbabwe. In Zimbabwe, at least I had a community. I had people around me that I could go to say I need help. Or I had people that would say, you know what, I know you can't pay your rent and all that, just come and stay with us. And then my friends took me in. The Johnstons took me in. Because in South Africa, I didn't have anywhere else to go. So they had a little, like a cottage at the back with a toilet and a shower and a little place to sleep, and they gave me that. If they hadn't given me that, I wouldn't have had anywhere to sleep or to go. So the Jesuits need to think about what they're saying to people, because you have somebody in me that did a lot for your community. Not just here in Canada with Regis College and with Blessed Sacrament, but also with Damien Howard in the UK. I did a lot for Damien in the UK. And also in South Africa with Father Graham Fusion and Father Peter Knox and Bruce Botha. I did a lot, and Anthony Egan. So there's no point putting out all these pieces about God's love and, oh yes, we need to stop doing this and doing that. But you know what? Citizens also want jobs. Citizens also want to come back and come up in life. And there's a big problem in this country, in Canada, because the French get all the support. Whenever there's investments made, it's always for Quebec and Alberta first. And Ontario and Vancouver always get left behind. So, you know what, for me, I'm not lying when I say that if they say you have to go home, go back to your country, I'm prepared to go. I'm not one of those who's going to sit here and fight and say, oh yeah, I love this country, but I'm not going to fight and say, no, you can't send me back. I'm a Canadian citizen. I'm not one of those. I'm not. And even President Trump, he's taking away the birthright, saying that just because you were born in America doesn't mean you can stay here. Well, it's their country. That's the way I look at it. I wasn't born here. I was born in Africa. And even the Africans are ashamed at how I'm being treated. They're ashamed. They're like, Belinda, why do people treat you so badly when you're so nice and you're so good? So Mnangagwa should think about what he's saying. He can't say that, oh yeah, it's wrong, they're sending all the people back. Well, they're not their citizens. They're Zimbabwe citizens. Just like me. They tell me, go, I'll say, yeah, thanks. I'll pack up my things and I'll go. Because I've had enough of it. Why can't I get a decent paid job? Why?